Hey everybody, my name is Bee, and welcome to my top 4 predictions for tech and gaming. Technology is always advancing, and so are video games. With the new APIs, we have so many more features and possibilities than we ever did before. But with technology moving so fast, how could we possibly predict it? I don't know if we can, but here are my top 4 tech and gaming predictions for 2017 and beyond. Number 1 on our list is Microsoft. Microsoft has been hitting the PC industry hard lately with their Windows 10 store. It's got some pretty sweet exclusives and some awesome features like Xbox Play Anywhere, which lets you play an Xbox game either on your Xbox or your PC, and it even transfers the saves for you. But it's also been getting a lot of flack. Changing features like always keeping VSync on, disabling any kind of benchmark overlays, and always enabling borderless windowed mode are a few things that are actually really pissing some people off. Well, hopefully they'll listen to the PC community and makes the changes that need to happen. What's really cool though is they're even dipping their precious little baby's toes in there. Halo. Halo Wars was a huge success, but it got a ton of criticism for not being released on PC. The Xbox 360 was nowhere near powerful enough to run that thing in a consistent frame rate. Well, they listened, and Halo Wars 2 is coming to PC and Xbox One in February. You can even get the Legendary Edition, which includes Halo Wars 1 as a bonus item. Even Halo 5 got its feet wet when they released Halo 5's Forge and custom games for Windows 10. With all that said, here's my prediction. Halo 3 turns 10 years old next year in November. I predict Halo 3 will release as a DLC for the Master Chief Collection on Xbox One. They'll even resell it and repackage it and sell it as a $60 game with Halo 3 ODST included. I even think they'll remaster ODST included. But because Halo 3 is their most popular Halo game of all time, they are going to give it the best treatment of all. They're going to port the entire Master Chief Collection and all the anniversary games, including Halo 3 Anniversary, to PC in the Windows 10 store. There's still a few performance quirks and a few other things that need to be fixed with current ports like in Halo 5's Forge, and hopefully they'll actually provide some decent modding support so that we can at least get a feel for the PC industry. I think that's the one thing that Microsoft really isn't going to do there. Either way, this is going to be huge. Number 2 is Apple. Apple realizes there's an increasingly slim amount of things that you can put into a smartphone these days, including a headphone jack. So they're taking it slow with new releases, providing incremental updates each generation. But they're also adding some features no one expected, like the omission of the home button for a tactile feedback button, which is actually really awesome because, it's one less part to break. Replacement of the home button was the second most popular thing ever done on iPhones. It's the second most thing that ever broke aside from screens. So it's really good to hear that they're cleaning that up. iPhones have been the fastest phones around for a while now, and the 7S is going to be no exception. The iPhone 7S is going to release in September 2017 with an OLED screen panel. Not only that, we'll actually have complete waterproofness aside from just water resistance. And the Lightning connector will get a significant upgrade. It was built on the USB 2.0 standard, which is in pretty much everything, but it's really slow. Now USB 3.0 has come around, and they have realized that they need to get up on that game. USB 3.0 provides significant improvements in speed, and it will help drastically in saving everything to your computer. I suspect a Pro model will also be introduced with a dual lens system coming in both the smaller and the plus size versions, an improved battery life, and significantly increased durability and dust resistance. Apple's also going to be releasing their new MacBook soon, and not too much is going to be new other than they're all obviously going to be thinner and lighter since they're using less power. They're going to be sporting the new mobile exclusive Kaby Lake processors from Intel, and they're all only going to include one standard USB port, an SD card reader on the Pro model, and the rest of the ports are going to be USB Type-C. I think they're going to get rid of pretty much everything, and maybe even the MagSafe connector, which I really hope not, but I think that's what's going to happen. Since USB Type-C can do charging, data transfer, network transfer, pretty much anything. And that's actually pretty exciting. I love USB Type-C. Virtual reality is the last medium. It can't get more immersive than that. Within the next year, HTC and Valve will be unveiling their new slim model of the HTC Vive. It's going to come in a much lighter weight form factor. It's a lot closer to your face, so you don't have a big heavy object on top of your face when you're trying to move around and play a game. It's also going to have some upgraded resolution and slightly better specs otherwise. They're also going to reduce the price by $100. Around the same time, Oculus will be releasing their new touch controllers, which will equate their experience with the Vive in that you can move your hands instead of just using an Xbox controller. And then it'll add an extra $100 to $150 onto their price point, getting it pretty much equal with the Vive. Virtual reality is going to be coming a lot more mainstream. Oculus is going to be coming to the Xbox with the release of the PS4 Pro. PlayStation VR is going to become a thing. Also with the Xbox Scorpio releasing, I think that's where Oculus is going to come in, and VR is finally going to make it to the Xbox scene. DPO technology is going to be around 2 to 3 times stronger in 5 years, and I think that's the main time when most people are going to actually be getting themselves a headset, because that's when prices are going to be coming down enough that you don't have to spend almost $1,000 on a computer to have a good VR experience, not to mention the hefty price of VR headsets. And that brings us to number 4. This is the last console generation. Now, don't be scared, consoles are still going to be around for a long time, but I'm thinking that the last console generation is going to be that of the PS4 Pro and the Xbox Scorpio. They're going to be sort of the last actual generation. After that, they're going to release their normal models, and I think that what's going to happen is essentially you're going to have a modular console where you can literally go to the store, buy a little thing, shove it in there, suddenly you have better GPU power or more RAM or a new hard drive, something super simple that doesn't have to deal with complicated computer projects here, where you have the risk of electrostatic discharge and just the overall complicatedness of it. You can easily see, I want to play this game, it requires this GPU for these settings, and you can just pop it in there because it'll be super proprietary, and I think it'll be good for people that don't really know that much about computers. I think they're going to be sold for around $300 to $400 for a base model, and then each individual upgrade is going to cost significantly more than it actually costs to make it, because Microsoft and Sony have to make money somewhere. They actually lose money on their consoles, especially PlayStation's PS3. They lost a massive amount of money on that. They make their money up through games and accessory sales. Microsoft realizes that there are a significant more amount of people moving their direction to PCs instead of consoles, because it is just in general a much better experience. And because Microsoft owns the #1 operating system in the world, they're going to start merging Windows with Xbox and sort of creating a collaboration where that the Xbox actually is going to be running a full version of Windows, or maybe at least a slightly cut down version that at least lets you run the actual Microsoft Store. So instead of Xbox Play Anywhere, where you have your Xbox and your PC and you own the title for the same thing, it'll cloud save and cross everything out, I think it's literally going to be the exact same thing. You're not going to exactly have a difference, you know? It's just going to be a simple version of a computer. That's all it's going to be, and I think that's honestly going to be the last generation, because there's just going to be lots of slightly more incremental upgrades from then on. It's not really going to be any significant massive upgrades, and it's going to be a lot less just structured. I think that's literally going to be the last console generation. But thank you guys so much for watching today. My name is Bee. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you'd like to, please subscribe while you're down there, because I have worked really hard on this channel and I really appreciate all the support that I've been getting from you guys. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think. What is your predictions? Also, what do you think about my predictions? Are they weird, or are they actually going to happen? Also guys, don't forget to leave comments down below for the unboxing of the week video next Tuesday. Also, don't forget to leave your questions for me down below. Ask me anything and I will answer it on the next episode of the unboxing of the week. It's going to be number 3. It'll come out on Tuesday. If you want to watch another video, there's going to be one in the top right corner. I believe that's right for you. If it's not, it's going to be that side. I don't know. If you know your lefts and rights, I think you've made it this far. Thank you guys so much for watching today. My name is Bee, and I'll catch you in the next one. A few features like locking VSync on, disabling, locking VSync on, disabling benchmark overlays, and a few features like locking VSync on, gosh, why can't I remember? VSync benchmark overlays, VSync benchmark overlays, borderless full screen, borderless Windows mode. Messing with features like locking VSync on, always enabling, why can't I remember this? VSync benchmark overlays. Locking features like VSync.